In this tutorial, I recreated this beautiful blue mesh gown with a change in the neckline. The neckline of the inspiration is a built-up neckline, which I explained in this video, but I changed mine to this neckline. So guys, in this video, I explained the drafting, the cutting, the sewing of the mesh dress, and also the cutting and the sewing of the inner for this mesh dress. So if this is a tutorial you are interested in, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. And without wasting much time, let's get right into this tutorial. For this gown, you will need some beads that we'll be using to bead the neckline and also the side. And for the mesh material, you will need about 3.5 to 4 yards depending on your size. And for the inner, you will need about 1.5 yards to 2 yards of your lycra material. So guys, let's start with the pattern drafting. So for this my pattern paper, this is folded into two, and on the pattern paper I already have my armhole length, my bust length, my waist length, my hip length. This is my hip length. Then the next thing I measured was my short gown length, but I came up by 4 inches from my knee length. So if your knee length is like 39 inches, you come up by 4 inches, that will be 35 inches, and you locate that line. So in case your pattern paper is not long enough, because you can see that I joined this pattern paper somewhere, because you can't achieve the full length. If you can't achieve your full length on one pattern paper, please join more pattern paper to it. So this line is my knee length, but I came up by 4 inches at the knee length, so that's the point over there. So already on this pattern, I already measured my bust divided by 4, waist divided by 4, hip divided by 4 already. So I'm sorry I did not show that in this video. So the next thing I'm doing is on this line, which is the knee line that I came up by 4 inches, I measured the same hip measurement I have, but another thing I did was to go in by 1 inch just to tighten this part. So the first line is my hip divided by 4, then I went in by 1 inch there. So the next thing I want to do now is like a mermaid shape at this bottom, but I don't want the mermaid to be too flay. And as you can see that this pattern by the side is not enough, so I will consider that when I'm cutting this on the fabric. Or if you know you will forget, you can just add to the pattern paper at the bottom over there. Like I said, I measured my bust divided by 4 at this point, my waist divided by 4, then my hip divided by 4. That's the only thing I did. No sewing allowance whatsoever. Then I mark out my armhole. So this is my armhole that I already mark out over here. Like I said, that from the inspiration, the neckline used is a built-up neckline, though it is not that high. So I'll be explaining how they achieve that neckline before I now draft the neckline that I wanted. So because I did not consider that initially, so I'll be adding extra paper at this top. So this extra paper should be about 1 inch, or just 1 inch or 1.5, depending on how high you want it. 1 or 1.5 is fine. So I'm using 1 inch. Just go up by 1 inch from your shoulder line. Go up by 1 inch just like this. Then for the wideness of the neckline, just use 2 inches or 2.5, depending on your size. So let's just say 2.5, so that you'll be able to wear this. But just note that if you are using this kind of neckline, you can add a zipper at the back, or you can wear it like that. You know the material is stretchy, so you can either wear it like that, but if you know it will not be comfortable for you, it will be better to just add a zipper at the back when you are cutting the back. So for this pattern now, you can use it for the back and also for the front. This pattern, you can use it for the back and also the front. So this is what the neckline will look like if you want to recreate exactly like that on the inspiration. So when I'm done cutting now, I will remove this extra I have here, and I will go ahead and cut my own neckline. I don't want a built-up neckline. So guys, for the neckline I used, I just went down by 3 inches And the wideness also, I use 3 inches, 3 inches by 3 inches. So you don't want this neckline to be too wide. So 3 by 3 inches at first before I now do the second opening we have at the neckline. For my neckline, it has an opening at that front. You see that front, that shape that connects the two fronts, it has an opening. For that one, for that opening down, what I did was to just measure like 3 inches down, and for the wideness just half inch. From where the first neckline stop, I measure 3 inches down. Then I make sure it is half inch wide. Then I just connect it like this. See the way I connected it? Yes. If you don't want it to be too low, you can use 2.5 down. That's after the first neckline. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. But I'm not cutting it out yet because I'm using this pattern to cut the back. So I'll measure the back neckline. So for the back, you can use 1 or 1.5 for the depth of the neckline. Then the wideness is still 3 inches. So you just go ahead and connect it just like this. So I'll be cutting the back neckline. This is because I want to use this pattern to cut the back and also the front. So we'll be cutting the back first. So I'll be cutting the back neckline first. Please just follow me and make sure you watch to the end. So now cutting this on the mesh material, you go ahead and I just add 1/4 inch at the neckline. This is because I'm using a bias tape to turn it. So, and I use 1/4 inch when I'm using a bias to turn my neckline. I just add 1/4 inch. Then for the other area, the shoulder, I add half inch to it, and the armhole I will add half inch. You see that side, the side, I'm not adding any sewing allowance because I use my perfect measurement on the pattern. So I've included, so I will take the sewing allowance from the side. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. I measured my bust divided by 4, my accurate bust divided by 4. So I'm not adding any sewing allowance by the side. So any sewing allowance I'll be using, I'll be taking it from the fabric. As you can see what I'm cutting exactly this pattern. So I'll be sewing this with 1 inch, which will now reduce my measurement. You know, this is a stretchy fabric so that it can be perfect on me. Another thing you can do is to reduce your measurement when drafting, then you add your sewing allowance. But I just prefer to use my measurement divided by 4, and I will not add any sewing allowance after on. But some people reduce their bust measurement by 4. Let's say your bust is 36, you reduce it to 32 before cutting. Then when you're after cutting, you add the sewing allowance for the side. But I'm not doing that. So when you are cutting, make sure you know this is a mermaid shape, and if you did not add extra to your pattern at the bottom like me, please consider that. Make sure you give it that shape at the bottom, that mermaid shape. So this one I'm cutting now is for the front. This is for the front because for the back they will be joining at the center back, and we'll also add a small mermaid at the center back, at the lower part of the center back. So this is still for the front, so I'll still correct the neckline later. So this is what we have. So you don't need to add any sewing allowance at the bottom. I later remove that. You don't need to add any sewing allowance. So this is the back. This is what the back looks like. As you can see, the extra I added at the bottom, that flea, that extra mermaid effect I added there, and I added half inch all through at the center back to join it. So now this is the first one I cut out. So I'm now reshaping the neckline. Then I'll just add a little 1/4 inch just to turn the neckline. Then I will cut this side too. For the back, the only difference between the front and the back is the joining it has at the center back, the neckline, and also the extra mermaid we are adding at the bottom, from the bottom of the center back. That's the only difference. So the front it does not have any joining at the center front, but the back has joining at the center front. So you go ahead and remove your pins now. So after removing the pins, the next thing we'll do now is to work on the wrap effect we have at the front. So for the wrap effect, the first thing I will do is to extend the waist line. The line I have at the waist, I will extend it to the side, just like this. This is the waist. This is the waist. I will extend it like this. So the wrap is not starting on the waist exactly. So I will go up by 2 inches. So just keep watching. So the next thing I'm also doing is to extend the hip, which is not necessary. So I'll go up by 2 inches at the waist area for this side. Then at the hip line here, I'll just go up by 1 inch. So from the side, you see how I measured it? I measured it slanted just like this to come to this side. So the next thing I will do is to measure about 5 inches at this side. I measured 5 inches there. Then for this area, I want it to stop 1 inch above the hip line, 1 inch above the hip line. So just follow what I'm doing. So after that, I'll connect this point to the side over there. So this pattern master was not giving me that shape, which I later use another pattern master. You will see that in this video. So let me use another French curve to do this line properly. So I think this one is better. So let me just place it like this. It's almost the same, and just connect this point together. So this is what we have now. The reason why we cut this pattern on fold is because of this slash and spread that we have at the front. So the next thing to do now is to measure this curved line. I measured it, then I started dividing it into 1 inch, 1 inch each. So after I measured mine, I think mine was about 12 inches. So it's good to measure so that when you are done cutting, you know what you should have. So I have 12 inches here. So just keep that in mind. So you start marking this to the side, because we are doing a slash and spread. Divide this equally, divide it down, just mark it, keep marking it just like this. So I forgot to show you some shaping I did at the bottom. So assume this is the rough sketch of what we are marking. So at this bottom here, you go up by 2 inches at this point. Then you just take it up like this. You take it up just like this. So this is how the bottom of the wrap will be. So because this side here will not be joined to the side of the main bodice, it will not be joined to the side. So I forgot to do the shaping when I was marking my own. Now it was when I want to cut this on the fabric, I remembered, and I did the shaping. You see that I still have the same pattern I have for the main bodies here. After you are done dividing, the next thing you do is to cut off the upper parts, because you don't need that anymore. Then you start cutting open this front, the slash and spread. You start cutting it open. You separate the upper part from the lower parts. Before you start cutting it, what you can also do is to just label one, two, three, just like that. Just label it. So after slashing all this pattern, the next thing is to transfer this to a wider surface and open it up. So when you are opening it up, make sure you have at least 2 inches in between all these opened parts. At least 2 inches in between them. Or if you can do more, that is fine. So after cutting mine, this is what I have. Still yet, I've not shaped this, but I still went ahead to shape it. I didn't leave it like this. So I shaped it. So after cutting this, went ahead to also notch the space in between, so that when I'm folding, I know the amount of space I'm folding, because some space has more than 2 inches. So that's why I just notch. So you notch, then you fold that part that you notched inside, and you start pinning. So when you are pinning, you make sure that at the end you have 12 inches. It's 12 inches that we measured at this point. So when you are done, you make sure you have 12 inches. So if you measure and you notice that it is more than 12 inches and you can adjust any part, please make sure you adjust so that you have that 12 inches, because when you are placing it on the fabric, it must be 12 inches. After you are done pinning, this is what you will have for the wrap at the front. For the sleeve, I forgot to mention that you can either cut your sleeve together with the pattern or cut it separately like I did. So guys, in my next video we'll continue with the other part of this video, which will be the sewing, the beading. I'll just show you some clip I filmed when I was beading this, and also the sewing, the cutting and the sewing of the inner. So that's what we have left. So make sure to subscribe, turn on your post notification so that you get notified when I drop the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't liked, please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.